Hey everyone, BB. Now we're probably gonna say what's up with my hair. I literally just took it out of the towel because I was drying my hair. So I just put my teeth back in, my braces. I mean, I keep calling them teeth, even though they're technically braces. So finally, because my parents are out at the bar, they're drinking in a good way. I mean, they're just out for drinks. And the bar in Bartlett, they asked if I wanted to go, but it's like, I don't drink. I don't drink. So anyways, they're not home, so I figured since I'm alone, and I have nothing really else to do, and I'm bored, and I've been kind of wanting to do this video for a while, and I kind of started to do it, so this is technically the part 2, even though part 1 I did a few days ago. So I don't know how long I have to film, because I don't know how long they plan on being out. So we'll see how far we get. We'll see if we'll finish this. I don't know how far I will get. If I don't get finished the whole thing, then I'll do it another day when they're not home. Like maybe tomorrow. Even tomorrow, I don't have that much time to do it tomorrow. Unless I get up early to do it. If anything, I'll probably do it like Monday, maybe. I don't know, Saturday, I don't know. I'll have to see. So anyways, let's get on with the accent challenge. Now, as I explained before in part 1, I'm from Illinois. In Illinois, like I mentioned before in part 1, really doesn't have a big accent. Like some states have, almost like countries. I mean countries, I guess, but like some states, like I said, have a big accent, like Texas or like Alabama or like New York or New Jersey or Wisconsin or Minnesota. Illinois, I want to say what our accent is similar to. I guess maybe Indiana. Maybe Iowa. I don't know. I don't know if Illinois, I'm pretty sure, to be honest, Illinois has one particular accent. I know some states may have it where, like, if you're up north, they may have one accent, and if you're down south, they may have, like, another accent, or, like, a different way they pronounce stuff or say stuff. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure Illinois is kind of this one way of saying it. Oops. It's kind of, let me turn my page on. So I don't invite tones if we get called, and it'll probably scare me half to death. I know like some states might have it, like if you're up north, it may be one way. If you're down south, it may be different. Pretty sure Illinois is typical and basic and one way of saying it. Like I mentioned before in part 1, and if I didn't, there are a few words where I've heard it been said a different way. Like, for example, my mom, this time she says aunt, this time she says aunt. I say aunt, some people may say aunt. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm going to say the words that I can say. And there may be some words here that I won't be able to pronounce with my speech impairment. Because like I said in part 1, there are some words I just can't pronounce. It's impossible for me, like, to pronounce them with my impairment. So I'm going to try. Keep in mind, like I said, that's literally just said I have a speech impairment. So maybe a wee bit hard to understand me, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to pronounce them the way I pronounce them. Someone in Illinois may pronounce them differently, but this is just how I pronounce them. I want to apologize for how my hair looks. Like I said, I literally just was in the shower maybe like an hour ago, and I just took my hair out of the towel, because I had my hair wrapped up in a towel. So I have not brushed my hair out yet, so that's why it looks so mangy. I guess. So my hair's not butched out. Also, I'm sorry about the angle. It says I'm like holding my tablet with one hand, and the other hand I'm kind of holding my phone. So I kind of have to have the angle like this to make it work. So here we go. So let's see. Okay, so I have a couple things. Okay. First page. Ant envelope. Even though I personally have heard it be called envelope, but I call it envelope. This is how I pronounce it. Keep in mind, some people may say envelope. I say envelope. Yeah. Wow or woo, but I say wow. Theater or theater. I say theater. I normally say when I'm talking about like going to the movies, I normally say, hey, let's go to the movies or let's go see a show. Normally I say movies. I know some people are like, oh, let's go see a show and let's go to the show and let's go to the theater. I call it a movie theater, but I say if I want to go like to the movies with like friends or family, I'll say, hey, let's go to the movies. Cough. Salmon. I have not heard salmon be called a different name. Caramel. I call it caramel. Some people call it camel. I call it caramel. Fire. Coupon. I believe people have said coupon different. If I see a word and I know people pronounce it different, I'll point it out. But anyways, I think people have called it like coupon or coupon. I don't know. I call it coupon. Tumbler. Pecan. No, not pecan. Pecan. I call it pecan. I'll have a pecan. No, I call it pecan. I'm confusing myself. I call it both pecan. I normally call it pecan. I'll have a pecan pie. I love pecan pie during Thanksgiving. I call it pecan or pecan. That's kind of a word that I don't mind however I pronounce it. I pronounce it. Both. Again. Probably. I don't know what that word is. Lawyer. Water. Mayonnaise. Even though I call it mayo. And I do like mayo. I do like mayonnaise. Some people don't. I normally call it PJs. But some people call it pajamas. I may say PJs. I may say pajamas. My grandma called it a nightgown. Even though it's kind of two different things. Depending on what you're actually wearing. Yes. Iron. Natural. Aluminum. That's kind of hard for me to say. GIF. New Orleans. Even though I've heard people say New Orleans. Let's see. Crackerjack. Doorknob. Alabama. Record. A record. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Like I said, I have the most typical accent. I guess there's here, chair, hair, nightmare, everybody, now here, swear, squirrel, near, weird, bravery. Let's see. Okay, I'll save that one for last. Oops. Okay, let's see. Oil, wash. Sure, data. Ruin, cran. Toilet. Spitting image. Syrup, ant, wolf, route. Said that already. Said those already. Okay, here we go. Arizona. Ask. Atlantic. Attitude. Ant. said that already. Auto, avocado. They said bandana. Oh, bandana. I thought they misspelled banana. Bandana. Car. Caramel. Said that already. Catch. Cough. Cool Whip. Call it whipping cream. Cough. 11. Figure. 5. Said that already. Florida. Some of these repeat the word. Halloween. Yay, Halloween. Oh, I love Halloween. Marriage. Muslim. It's on it. I swear to God, that word's on it. I'm not joking about that. I wish I can show you, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But I swear that's on the list. Officer. Call it police officer, depending on how you look at it. Organ. Potato. Carter. It's hard for me to say that with my impairment, my speech impairment. So, sandwich. Saw. Like a seesaw. Syrup. Free. Tomato. Waffle. Agon. Okay. So on to the questions. Now, keep in mind, when I first did this video, it never recorded. So all these questions I answered never got recorded. And these questions, I don't know, it's not in the proper phrase. They don't ask it the right way or how it should be asked. You'll see once I ask the question and answer it. Okay. What do you call when someone colors your hair? This would be, what do you call it when somebody colors your hair? But it says, what do you call when someone colors your hair? See, it's not like the proper phrase, or they don't. Anyways, I call it highlights. I don't know what else you would call it, to be honest. Maybe in other countries or states they may say something different. But I call it getting my hair highlighted. I have had highlights, and it does ruin your hair. So if you're watching this and you're young and you're like, oh, Mom, I want my hair highlighted, I would really think about maybe not doing it. Because my hair is whacked. See the split ends? It's from hair highlights. Anyways. What do you call when you go out with friends? I call it hanging out. When I text my friends or family even, and I want to see them, I say, hey, let's hang out. Let's get together. Or get together. When I tell my parents where I'm going, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with Letty or Stephanie, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I just call it hanging out, getting together. So, what do you call your morning tea or morning coffee? Well, I don't drink tea or coffee, so I don't know if I'm going to answer that, because I don't really drink tea or coffee. I mean, I guess if anything, the morning drink. What you drink in the morning? What do you call your parents? So, I technically call my parents Mom and Dad. I know some people will be like Mommy or Daddy. I don't like that. Some people will be like Father, or Papi, or Papa, or whoever. I just say Mom, Dad. I like to call my mom Ma, because I'm Italian, and that's what my dad calls his Ma. My grandma, he'll be like, hey Ma, or I'm going to Ma's house, because we're Italian, but that's kind of slang, and it is slang. And my mom doesn't like being called that, so I try not to call her that. So I call her Mom or Dad. That's what I call my parents. What is the meaning of your name? This one's a little weird. So I guess what they're asking, what is the meaning of your name? It's to like identify who I am. Like when I introduce myself, I'm like, hi, I'm Brenna. Depending on who I'm introducing myself to. I might say my first and last name. But I guess the meaning of my name is who I am. And it's what my parents call me. It's what I was called when I was born. Even though my dad technically picked my name out of a paper bag, but it's a whole nother story. So that's kind of a weird question. What's the meaning of your name? It's my ID, it's who I am. So, and they do ask some questions as with so. What do you call the people who attend you at restaurants? So they're pretty much saying, what do you call the people that give you food at a restaurant? So if it's a female, it's a waitress. If it's a male, it's a waiter. I never knew that there was a difference until my mom told me that if it's a male or a young man that's treating you food, he is a waiter. If it's a young girl or a woman giving you food, depending on the age, then it's a waitress. So I call them a waiter or a waitress. Or a server. Normally I use waiter or waitress, but we have used the word server sometimes. What do you call a fried egg? A fried egg is an egg put in the pan. I don't like a fried egg. I like my eggs scrambled, if anything. Oh, and brownies. So I guess you would just call it a fried egg. My dad likes a fried egg, though. Whenever he makes, like, bacon, he'll, like, fry the egg in the bacon grease. I've tried it once, and it's like, bleh. If anything, I like it sunny side up. So then I can poke the yolk and dip my bread in it. But I don't like a fried egg. I like my eggs scrambled. What do you call the food you eat in the morning? I call it breakfast. If I do eat breakfast. Not normally up for breakfast, because I'm a night owl. So what do you call your nighttime food? So depending on how they're looking at it, I either call it dinner, or if they're talking about like late night, I call it a snack, or a midnight snack. What do you call your car? I call my car a car. I guess some people name their car. I call it, I mean, like, sometimes you'll be like, okay, what car you want to take to training or patrol or work? And I'll be like, oh, I'll take the gold car, or I'll take the silver car, because our cars are silver, gold, or maroon. And we have a Jeep, we have a Pontiac, and we have a Chrysler. Sometimes we might say, oh, I'll just take the Jeep, or I'll take the Chrysler, or I'll take the Pontiac, whatever, you know. So I guess, if anything, we call it the name of the car it is, or color of the car it is. What do you call it? What do you call the garment you wear? I call it a bra. You know, I guess garment. I'm not quite sure what garment means. I'm pretty sure it means underwear, if I'm not mistaken. Like, oh snap.
District 22.
Sorry about that. I had Fire Page on. I mean, right now I'm technically wearing a sports bra. But if garment is what I think it is, I just call it a bra or underwear. My grandma used to call it panties, but I call it bra or underwear or Spanx. So, what do you call the place where you study? I mean, I don't really study, so I guess depending on where you study, either like the library or the school or home. He said, I don't really study. What do you call the place where you store your books? I call it a bookshelf. Even though my bookshelf is broken. Yeah, I call it a bookshelf. What do you call the name by which your parents address you? What do you call the name by which your parents address you? So it's kind of funny. So they could call me BB because that's my nickname. It's BB. My sister's been called the kid. Like when she lives in Springfield, or when she went to Augustana College in Rock Island, and she calls my mom, she's always like, "It's the kid. The kid is calling." She calls my sister the second child, because sometimes he confuses us, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm talking about another kid on the second child," and I'm like, "I'm Brenna, not Kaylin," and she was like, "Oh, I confuse you guys. You look the same," and it's like, yes, we kind of look the same. We're sisters. So they address me as my name. Oh, Brenna, BB. So, what do you call the place where you pray? I call it a church. I don't really go to church, to be honest. Probably should, but I don't. What do you call the food that you eat at night? I can't answer that question already. What do you call the free range of your body? I don't know that question. I'm not going to answer that question. I don't get that. These are really confusing. I mean, I get what they're trying to mean, but they could phrase it and word it in a different way. So, what do you call the shoes that you wear while running? Well, I don't run. The only time I run is if there's an ice cream truck or I'm being chased by a killer. If my, pager goes off, depending on where I'm at, I may have to run. I will admit there's been a few times I've had to run, and I apologize to everybody that sees it. I was like, I know it's not a pretty sight, but anyways. So, I normally call them gym shoes. I know some people may say they're sneakers, they're running shoes. I call them gym shoes because they're shoes that you would wear if you're going to gym class. Even though I hated gym class. Let's see. What do you call the ingredients that you use for a particular dish? Ingredients? I mean, what do you call the ingredients that you use for a particular dish? I swear to God, this is how they're asking the question. I just call them an ingredient. What you put in a dish. I don't know. What do you call the ingredients that you use to make your dish look beautiful? I call them a garnish or a decoration, I guess. But I normally say a garnish. So, what do you call... Did they ask that question? Is there any name that you call your best friend? So all my best friends are girlfriends. I have some friends that are males that I really only see them when I'm out of unit. It's like pretty much the only time I see them. And they're friends. We're nice to each other. We like each other, but like we call it, they're friends. I would not call him like a boyfriend, or obviously, or like a girlfriend. Like the first time I told my lieutenant I was gonna go hang out with my girlfriend, he was like, "You never told me you were gay." And I was like, "I'm not gay. That's just what you call your best friend. You call her a girlfriend." And he's like, "Oh." It's like, "Well, I don't have that many friends either, so I don't really know." I'm like, "It's okay, but so what if I was gay?" And he's like, "I'm not saying anything." He said, I'm okay with gay people. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's why you buy Chick-fil-A. Okay, I see it. And you buy Borelli pasta. Okay, whatever." Anyways, no, he was just messing with me. He knew what I meant. I called him girlfriend, best friends, friends. I called him by the first name. What do you call the utilities that you use to travel from one place to another? So, I don't know if they're talking about like how I get to one place or another, or what I use. If anything, I use a suitcase or a bag, depending on where I'm going. Might be a big suitcase, it might be a small one. I always personally like to pack more than I actually need, but I call it a suitcase. The thing I would take is either a plane or a train or a car, depending on, again, how I'm going, when I'm going, and why I'm going. But normally it's a train, plane, cars, or automobile. Plane, trains, automobile. I think that's a movie. I've never seen that movie. So I would call it like a plane, train, car. So, what do you do to apologize to someone? If it's my sister, I say I hate you and leave me alone. No. It depends on who I'm apologizing to, and it depends on why I'm apologizing. I'm normally a nice gal, so I don't normally have to apologize. I'm lying, but it depends. Normally I say I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. I'll say that. Is there any particular slang you use to explain your functions? I gotta answer that one. I don't get that. What do you call the people who live nearby your house? I call them a neighbor or neighbors. This is what I call them. My mom calls them the same thing too. My dad does too. So, what is the one thing you do to celebrate success? Party or celebrate? You know, we go to a party or celebration. What do you do during the New Year? Well, my family used to get together and we used to sit down and watch movies and talk and play games and listen to music and then count down, 10, 9, 8. My lips are chapped. Dang it. But my family really doesn't do that anymore because we've gotten older, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's some years where we may still do it. We haven't done it in many years. I cannot tell you the last year we actually count down. We got together as a family. But we used to just get together as a family and hang out at my cousin's or aunt's house and uncle's house and just wait until the new year came. But we don't really do that anymore. The last couple years I just have hung out with my girlfriends, doing whatever. What is the one thing you use to brush your teeth? A toothbrush? Where do you go to drink some beverage and have fun? I guess a club or a bar. Even though I don't drink, and I don't want to say don't like to have fun, but I don't. My girlfriends, they do clubs and bars all the time, but I don't drink, and I don't really club. They've asked me millions of times, oh, let's go to Rosemont, there's clubs out Chicago, and drink, and it's like, no. So I don't drink. I don't like the club. I don't like loud music. I don't want to say I don't like to dance, and I don't want to say I don't like music. No. I've seen the movie Taken. I've seen way too many movies. I've seen way too many situations go bad. So no. But I would call it like a bar or a club. What do you call the people who are quite old and aged? A senior citizen? An old person? Grandpa? I guess this is a senior citizen or a senior. What do you call junk food? A food baby? I don't know. Let's call it junk food, I guess. So what do you call the people who work in a law firm? A lawyer? What do you shout? Why do you shout? I'm Italian. One single answer to that. I'm Italian. That's why I shout. We are Italian family. Okay. What do you use to cook food? Utensils? Oh, a spoon or a utensil? Is there any brand you use on a daily basis? Popeyes? Oreos? Coke? Pepsi? Bath and Body Works? Yankee Candle? Xbox? Netflix? YouTube? I mean, those are brands. Okay, let's see. Is there any name you use to address your communications device? Phone? Tablet? game system. Trying to hurry up here. So I'm already half hour in. Not that it matters to me, but what do you call the internet you use to watch? Oh, instrument. What do you call the instrument you use to wash your clothes? A washer or a dryer? What do you use to clean your toilet? That's a mom's question. I don't know. My mom cleans the toilets. I guess this was to clean. Damn it, skip that one. Pretend I never said that. So what do you do? What do you use to go up and down in buildings? An elevator? I don't use the stairs. The only time you ever catch me using the stairs is if there's a fire. What is the place where you what is the place you call where you get your spa done? VIP? Very important person? I don't know. It's the salon, I guess. I don't normally do spas. What is the name of the person who examines train tickets? Conductor? Conductor? So, is there any name you use for ice cream? Ice cream. Ice cream. I'm lucky if I can get ice cream before my dad gets his hands on it. What do you use to capture an image? Camera? On my phone? What do you use to purify drinking water? A filter? I just use sink water to drink water if I do drink water. So what do you address the mother of your mother? Okay, so my mom's mom I would call Oma. And Oma in German means grandma. And grandma in German means Oma. So I would call her Oma. O-M-A. Or grandma. What is the holder called in which you carry your useful stuff? I don't know how to answer that. Where do you serve your food? On a plate? In the kitchen? So what do you call a carbonated beverage? Soda? Pop? How do you change your TV channel? A remote? Controller? Where's the remote? Okay. Make sure I got everything here. Yep. Okay. So, that was fun to film. It was with some interesting questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't as fun to film as the first time, because the first time I knew I had more time to film. I kind of rushed this video a little bit. I was kind of in a rush because I don't know when my parents are supposed to be home. So I didn't really want to take too much time on this. So, yeah, but it was interesting, you know, because accents always have interest me. For example, I love the Australian accent. Oh, David Lyons, Jason Clarke, you know, Gerard Butler, even though he's Scottish like I am. You know, Liam Neeson, he's Irish like I am. Who's German? I know a couple German actors, but I don't know their names by heart. I can see their faces. One played the bad guy in Next with Nicolas Cage and Jessica Biel. He played the bad guy. Thomas something German. You know, so being German, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, we got a lot of different accents going. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, if you have any questions, you can comment below. Maybe you can do a video yourself of one of these accent videos. Apparently, it's a pretty popular, common video. So, anywho, I'm gonna get going. So, bye, y'all. I'm very itchy. One time I was doing this, I was doing that, and can't really do it with these plastic braces. It's like scratching myself with my teeth. My dad was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm scratching myself." And he's like, "You just can't take your fingers and scratch yourself. You gotta bite yourself." And it's like, oh, I don't know. So bye, y'all. BB out. Hope you enjoyed.